What is going on, beautiful people? I am sitting in the car charging, and I was just sitting here thinking about how when I was younger, I used to complain about not having a whole lot of friends, right? And not even so much as I was younger. Like a couple years ago, I even thought about it and how I did not have like a lot of people that I could just call on when things were going wrong, when I was struggling or I was feeling some kind of way. It would be like, who am I going to call and complain to? Right? Just being honest. Because forever, I've been that one that people could call and I would talk them through their stuff, right? Their trauma, their drama, or whatever. And then it would just be me, like, talking to myself through my stuff. One thing that I do thank God for, even in that, is that I learned how to do video vlogs. And what that is I would literally turn on my camera, just like I'm doing right now, and I would go off to myself on camera. Go off. Cry, scream, holler, everything that was in my emotion, just go through it. Go through it all. And it'd just be me, God, and my camera. And then, you know, a day or two later, I could go back and listen to the recording. And I could sit with myself and think through that emotion. Like, okay, why was you feeling so hurt? Why, you know, X, Y, and Z. And now that I'm older and I think back to those times, and I think back even now, and when something comes up and how I deal with it is going to God first, right? And that's what we are supposed to do, is go to God, not to our friends, family, and things like that. Because what vision and where God is taking you, nobody else will understand. Heck, we don't understand. So how can we really expect our friends and our family to really be able to speak life truly into what it is that you're going through? So I thank God I didn't have the people to call to co-sign some of my BS, right? Because who knows where I would be? Who knows? You know, and what got me thinking about this was like a young lady reached out to me and was just like sharing some things that have been on her heart for quite some time. Some trauma that has happened to her that kind of was tied in with somebody that was tied to me. And, you know, I just read the information and I was like, you know what, God, I thank God for your covering over my life. I thank God that, you know, I was able to receive the information and it didn't make me feel heavy, right? Years ago, that information may have really ticked me off, made me like, you know, respond differently. But now I'm able to truly just sit with some information, some crazy information, and just be like, you know what, God, you covered me through it all and still cover me, right? And so let's start talking to ourselves and talking to God more and asking God to really reveal things to you when things seem confusing or you suspect certain things. You know, women, we have this intuition and it's real. And I'm not going to say everything that you're feeling in your gut is true, because you may be unhealed. You may, you know, just be crazy, right? But there's something with that. There's something to that intuition. But when you get quiet and you really ask God to reveal things to you, to help you understand why you may be going through things, why you went through things, or why you see some things getting ready to come up that is not really what you want to deal with, right? Because we all know life be lifing. But how you respond and how you deal with it and how you can just sit still to say, okay, why was that information given to me now, right? What does that mean? Excuse me. What should I do with this information? How do I move forward with said information? Or is it just a matter of maybe this was being spoke to me to give me an opportunity to speak life into said individual, right? And so this is what I do all the time. I'm always thinking of how I can make better choices, live a more healthier life, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, right? Because I do believe that whether we have life on earth as heaven or hell really does depend on how we respond and what we do and the decisions that we make. We can't control everything, but we absolutely can learn how to be emotionally strong and control how we respond to people, things, right? And I promise you, when I learned how to just be still and not react and not allow individuals to trigger me, right? Oh my God, it was like my whole life changed. My whole life. Everything is brighter. Everything. Even in the days when I'm by myself and I think like, dang, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be married, right? I want, to be around a lot of people. But y'all know I want to be a lot of people all the time. But when I come up to that feeling, then I think about it like, Christine, God is working on you. There's a lot of things you got to clean up. And sure, I can be in a relationship. I can easily be in one right now. But I don't want to just be in one. Y'all feel me? Like, I'm not interested in that. My peace is priceless. It is priceless. So who I allow in my space and who I give my time to matters. It really does. Even if it's just for an hour or two, it does matter. I'm very intentional about that. But yeah, spend more time with God. Just sitting in a car and just talking to him, right? First thing in the morning, just thank God for just waking up. And whatever I got to deal with today, I'm going to deal with it. And know that God is giving you that armor, the protection that you need to handle anything and everything with grace. So that was just on me right now while I'm charging, and I was listening to some music. Just got my hair cut, about to go home and get it right. But I just wanted to jump on here and just share that with you. Think about what you really want. What do you really want? What do you really want in your life? And then go after that. And don't accept anything else that does not fit in what it is that you really want. Because see, the vision and the dreams that God gave you didn't change. Like my vision and my dreams for my family, for my financial stability and my traveling and my trips and what I want to do has not changed. It's just the person that may go with me that changed. But my vision and dreams, it didn't change. So I'm going after it still. Right? It's just who's going to be with me there is just a little blurry now. But the dream is still there. Don't get it twisted. It is still there. I refuse to allow life to throw me completely off of the vision that God gave me. It may have stumped me a little bit, but God gave me the vision. God has allowed me to have certain dreams. So that's between me and God. I'm the one to put somebody in place of it. That didn't necessarily mean that they were supposed to be there. And clearly, life has been a lot of changes in the last 12 months. But thank God for that. So be encouraged. Be all right in your singleness and your quiet times. Be all right with that. Go pick up a book. Listen to an audio. Think about what it is that you really want and what you need to do to get yourself back in alignment. And then go and enjoy your day. Because it's really up to you. I'm going to go enjoy mine. Peace.